Hey, before we jump in, just a quick favor that makes a huge difference for us. If you are enjoying the Dad Edit podcast, please take a second to like, subscribe, leave a review, wherever you're listening. It's something that's super simple, but it really helps us. It helps people find our show. It tells the algorithm that this show is worth watching, and it helps us keep the conversation going. So we're trying to build a space for dads who think deeply, laugh loudly, and aren't afraid to evolve. So if that's you, you're still figuring it out, please show some love, drop a comment, hit that star, hit that bell, or send this to a dad that you feel like would love to hear it. All right, let's get into it. Welcome to the Dad Edit, episode 11. This is dad guilt versus dad growth. What to do with your inner critic. So I think every dad, we all have that inner voice. Sometimes it helps push us and gives us strength. Other times it whispers, you're failing. And it hurts. What I want to really go through here is how do we stop this imposter syndrome? How do we stop this silent shame or not feeling like we're enough? In this episode, I really want to dive into addressing that voice in our head and how do we talk to our kids about that voice? I'm 36. I'm still figuring it out. So when is an age appropriate time to address it with our children? As we're getting started, it's a familiar feeling, dad guilt. I'm definitely feeling it. Whether it's snapping at your kid or missing a moment or you're feeling like you're stretched too thin. What does guilt look like in our worlds? I know for me, this podcast, I've already come on here and said, I'm running, I'm eating healthy, I'm going to Muay Thai, I'm working out, I'm doing better for myself. All that's falling off right now. Like, I'm tired. My kid's sick right now. My girl's stretched thin. I'm stretched thin. Work's busy. And I just have that guilt, that guilty feeling of I'm not doing enough. I'm not keeping up. I'm not showing up at home. And it's a tough feeling to deal with. I feel like not allowing that feeling of guilt turning into shame is important. How do you guys kind of handle that? Like, I'm in a season right now. That's fourth quarter. We just went through this. I got to power through, get my year done.
Yeah.
But I know right now we're surviving. I'm trying to get through, Link being sick and then get back on track with everything. How do you guys stop that guilt from turning into shame?
Hey, man, I'm going to kick it off. I feel you, Andy, 100%. Fourth quarter, everything seems just to be coming at me, coming at us. What can I do? It's real life, man. Emotions are real. It's a real thing, something to embrace, not something to be afraid of or run away from. It's real life. Be gentle on self. We want to be the best version of ourselves all the time. But can we do that in reality as human beings? Me personally, I'm going to answer no. We come with flaws, bro.
Yeah.
We come with the flaws. But the man that you are is how you get through those flaws. Yes, the self-talk's there, but sometimes you need to tell yourself, shut the hell up. I'm going through this, man. What I have in front of me is worth more. It's worth everything. So shut the hell up. Suck it up. Battle through everything you've been doing up to this point. The working out, the meditations, the walks, the breathing exercises. You have the tools. You utilize those tools. Sometimes it's easier said than done. But just like with anything in life, it takes fucking discipline. There's no getting around it. Everything worth having, you work hard for. You go through different seasons. You go through the storm. But if you utilize these tools that you speak out into the world and trust the process, put your faith in something greater for those that, believe in something greater, put some faith into yourself and understand that what's in front of you is worth it. Use those tools, utilize them. getting up early in the morning when you don't want to, when you don't want to go for that run, when you don't want to show up to Muay Thai, even though you know you're part of a brotherhood and you being there is breathing life into one of the brothers. Be gentle on self. I think I'm talking a little too much. Do you want to jump in?
No, that's good, man. I think it's good. Like where you're emphasizing is recognizing that guilt and not allowing it to become
100%, man.
and being kind to yourself. Jeff, is there anything like are you going through a season at all? Are you where I'm at right now? I know you're crushing it. Like you almost seem like you're in the opposite end of that. Like you're smashing it. You're showing up. You're right.
I think our discussion about the fourth quarter really like that episode did something good for me. Like I'm when I'm feeling those, when my self-talk is negative, say it's the little alarm went off this morning, I'm like, fuck, I am tired. I didn't want to bail on you guys for the podcast, but I'm like, no, get up in slam some caffeine. You're gonna feel better in about half an hour. And it'll be worth it. You'll be glad you did it. You know, I think my self-talk has been a very positive, motivating thing lately, which in the past has been a complete opposite. I've had trouble with the self-talk before, but that fourth quarter episode we did really has been motivating for me.
Put a fire.
Yeah. And I've kind of been focusing, narrowing in on more specific things instead of trying to do everything, and just doing a good job at 3 things rather than doing a mediocre job at 25 things.
Come on now.
Just feels better.
I feel that. I definitely like I've noticed in seeing all those things like Muay Thai and running and all this other shit. Like I had to scale it back. I was definitely doing too much. My body was giving me some signals, but it was like, yeah, I still had that guilt because I had good momentum. I was making good progress, and I thought, fuck, I don't want to have to scale back, but I should. It's better for my health. I will be able to show up better at home if I scale this back.
Yeah.
I think, like you're saying, like we mentioned in the fourth quarter, is, you know, we have to stop juggling so much. We have to scale back. My focus still needs to be my girl and my kid first and foremost, right? That's where I need to put all of my energy. If we're not sleeping a lot, or work's busy, or the gym's just not priority right now, I got to pick and choose where I need to show up. And then, you know, addressing this inner voice that says, hey buddy, you're letting the gym go, you're sliding again. That's okay. I'm good, man. I'll be back at it. So no, I got that work ethic in me. I'll be back. And not letting that become shame, saying, you know, God, I'm a piece of work for not going to the gym anymore. I'm really letting myself down. Don't let that seep in. No. Address it as guilt. Shoot, I feel bad for not going, but it is what it is. That's the mode that I'm in right now, and move past it.
Man, self-talk is not always going to be, like we know, it's not always going to be positive. But like I compare it to like the seasons we go through, it's not always going to be positive. But through those hard pains and aches, we're learning something. So through that self-talk of shame or guilt, take a moment for yourself, rewrite your goals, or just confront that shame. Within confronting it, you're not ignoring it. You're being transparent to yourself. You're being true to yourself. Because if you can't be true to yourself, how are you going to be true to your kids? How are you going to be true to your wife? Be truthful. You're in a moment of stress, lack of feeling successful, but that's okay. That is part of the process. Everyone wants to trust the process. Trust those downtimes. Trust those that you have the discipline that you've built up through the first quarter, second quarter, halftime, third quarter. Now you're at fourth. Reflect on those positive things to face the negative things that you're going through now, and pull through and trust. And you know, just like before, that you trust before in the first quarter, in the third quarter, stuff started looking great. Trust that in the fourth quarter, and use your words. Go back to that community and be transparent with the boys. And then like what happened this morning, before we started this up, we all talked about where we're at. And even though it's kind of like in a negative space, we got some positive shit out of it to be like, yo, you're feeling that like that too, bro. You don't even know I'm going through it at work. but you're speaking it out. It could be addressed. We can joke about it. We can throw some suggestions about it together on how to pull through. And you ain't by yourself, bro. And by you using words, you realize I'm not the only one going through this. It's okay. I will get through. That's how I'm dealing with where I'm at right now. And it's not my first time being here. And I doubt it will be the last time I'm being here.
Amen.
But I have an awesome support system. You guys are awesome. My family is worth going through what I'm going through. I know it 100%. And on the other side, green grass, beautiful valleys. If I just stick to it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, man.
You know, what we're really trying to do here is create a forum for you, the listener, to join a community of, like, we're all in this. We all have a very different start to our day. You're going through what you're going through, but it was a difficult day to show up here. I'm going through what I'm going through, and it was a difficult reason why I didn't want to be here. Same with you, right? We all have these different perspectives, completely different worlds, different rationales. Maybe, you know, Jeff's reason to me is, fuck, he's got it easy. My reason to you is, fuck, you've got it easy. You know what I mean? But we're all going through some shit in some degree, and we don't want to fucking do some stuff. We still show up.
Yeah.
And we come and we speak it out, and we go, Dave, Ryan's dealing with very similar stuff to me. Jeff's dealing with identical stuff to me. Most woke up mad about the day, but here we are.
Yeah.
Right. So it's very important. I do think taking that inner voice and making it outer voice maybe is what really helps us.
Yes.
Stopping it from going from guilt to shame.
And you know what? 90% of the things you tell yourself, or none of it, 90% of it's not true. Too. So you're your biggest critic. When I see you guys, I think, oh man, these guys are doing awesome. You might not feel it inside, but looking from the outside at you, I think you guys are crushing it still. And without you speaking about it, I wouldn't know that it's struggle, but you're doing great.
Hey man, I think that's important. I think, you know, we've all gone through that feeling of, yo, I'm just faking it. I'm faking it right now. And everyone else seems to have it figured out but me. And I'm just hoping that no one notices that I'm just bullshitting. And I think that's, you know, that imposter syndrome of, like, the audacity that I have to start a podcast on fatherhood with a 6-month-old or 7-month-old is crazy. You know what I mean? That's that imposter syndrome talking, though. And I think that there's a myth on people being a naturally good father. I think, like you said, you know, looking at Brian, like, bro, you're killing. You got 3 beautiful girls who have kids. You've got a strong wife, strong girls. Like, your family must be just bumping at home. Everything's great. Y'all are playing Monopoly every night, watching movies, and just loving. Not knowing that there's a lot of work that goes into that. Like, you portrayed as a naturally good father. One of the first things, you know, I was so drawn to was how you spoke about your family life. I thought, same thing with, like, Jeff did. Fuck, this guy's just a natural. Like, I need to be around this guy because I need that to rub off. I didn't have a kid at that point. That was my thought. Not knowing that we're all just figuring it out, like, just kind of bullshitting our way through life, right? I think we can't measure ourselves against invisible standards, be it, you know, friends, partners, social media, childhood ideals. I don't think it's healthy for us, right? Is there anything that you guys feel like you pretend to be confident about, but inside as a parent, like, you're still guessing? For me, it's like not shitting myself, period, as a parent. Like, having a 7-month-old, I remember we went to the doctor and she said, oh, you guys are so calm. Like, you guys are great. You're calm. I was just sat there calm because I'm in my head processing how many ways this kid can hurt himself in this room. I'm more spaced out than I am. Like, I'm not present. That's why I seem calm.
But the demeanor you're laying off is like, okay, he has it together. He's calm, right? Faking it till you make it.
Maybe not necessarily. Like, what's something that you feel less confident about, but you have to portray confidence, and it's what's getting you through?
Oh man. teenage years is coming up, and it's here for the most part. Like my son's getting to an age where he's almost going into high school, and he's free thinking and everything, and I still have to be a parent, and it's navigating um but and putting myself back in the shoes of what it was like at going into high school. Like I thought I was, I knew everything and this and that. So it's I'm trying to relearn how to parent now. I feel like this bracket of time in the kids' lives is new. Like I was doing well with the younger years, and now I have to relearn how to do everything.
You know what?
Right.
I've heard, and I shouldn't quote it because I don't know the exact quote, but there are phases in parenthood where you have to change your style. And I believe the like teen to adult years is your coaching years, your mentor years, where you let them make a mistake, learn, and then coach them through it. Hey, here's why that didn't work out. Rather than you ruling the house and saying, you're going to listen to exactly what I say because I know better for you. How'd that work for you? When your parents said that, yeah, I'm going to go do it anyway. You know what I mean? I'm going to go learn this lesson anyways. You have to safely allow them to make those decisions. And if there's something that's, life threatening, or you're not traveling to Toronto with fucking Joe you found off Kijiji, like that's not okay.
Yeah.
But you and your friends want to go to a cottage together. Okay. I'm gonna bite my tongue.
Yeah.
Don't bring booze and don't be a clown. You have to enter this coaching mode, because I believe, the mode that I'm in is very much the authoritarian. Like he's an infant. He has to be told yes and no. I forget what the toddler phase is. It's a bit more exploration, but I know that the teenage is the coaching, and then as they go to adult, it's a friend. You want to put in this work, like Ryan said so many times, pouring in and that building that compound for later. If you do a good job coaching, they will trust you as a friend in their adult years. Because once they're an adult, it's their choice if they want you to be around. You're not their parent anymore. You have no say over their life, right? Unless you're still paying for shit. Easy do,
Right.
in my opinion. But if you're not, like, you want them to choose to have you in their life still. So I think maybe that's a difficult season that you're going through. And I think that's okay too, right? Like, don't have guilt over that. If you're learning to be a coach to your kid, then that's where you're at.
Yeah, I'm in the middle ground right now of transitioning over into this new version of parenting that I'm not familiar with. And it's taking some learning. Maybe I handled something the wrong way, and then I feel bad. And I'm like, fuck, I could have done that better, this better, blah, blah, blah. I'm just trying my best for now. And I want the kids to look back and be like, he was figuring it out for a bit, but we got it all sorted out. We figured out a rhythm that worked for our group here.
Do you feel like when you feel that guilt of like, shit, I should have handled that differently, do you go and address it with them? Do you go like knock on the door? Hey, like, I lost my cool earlier. I saw this. This is what I saw and why I didn't like it, but I shouldn't have reacted that way. Here's how I feel like I should have reacted, and I apologize. Do you try that?
Yeah, like I'll come back, break the ice with some comedy. The thing is just me trying to be like, yes, no, right now. It's like, oh, it's not black and white like that anymore. It's I have to navigate these waters differently.
It's tough, man. And I think it's tough because you're entering that phase, and your daughter is still in the previous phase. So I would imagine, or like for you, having one that was in it and one that wasn't even close to it, one that's now an adult, you almost have the three phases.
Yes.
At all times, it seems like
Yep.
it'd be hard to transition. I have a tough time skating in and out of things. Like, I prefer to be all in on something. So it would be very tough for my own mindset to go from, all right, I got to get into this like coaching and mentoring of my teenage boy as he goes into high school, but I still need to tell my daughter yes and no, and be more authoritarian with her, but be more forgiving with him. That'd be tough.
Yeah. Like I could tell that the groundwork that was laid was laid well because I trust him. He's getting better grades than I ever did. He's got some good friends. He makes some good choices.
That's so important. So having them surround themselves with the right people. Yeah.
I'm confident in all that. It's so I gotta let him be his own person, I think. But after 13 years of being the guy that makes the decisions about everything, it's tricky, you know. You gotta transition over into the let him fly and see what happens and be there when need be. I guess I don't know. You know, I hate right.
For me, like, okay, I'll jump off of that, right? So you're securing the foundation of what you built up to this point. So I have the 3 different levels: out of the home, university, and getting ready to step into college, right? And everything that I poured into them, that we poured into them, was great. But now I'm at the point of they're still going to be their own individuals. They're going to have self-talk. They're going to go through whatever. So where I'm struggling right now is just the communication part. Having them understand that good or bad, I want to know, good or bad. And we will talk through that. Sometimes I get home and I get the generic answers. I feel the generic answers. It's just like, man, talk to me. You can talk to me. You know who I am. You know, we have great conversations growing up. You know, I'm here. You could talk to me about anything and everything. But they're moving into their adult years. As an adult, you sometimes don't want to communicate those serious things that you're going through or the serious self-talk that you're having. And it's annoying to listen, just back up. I'm good. That's surface, man. Come on. Nana, Zay, knick-knack. It's surface. Talk to me. Let me know what's up. There's nothing to talk about. All right. That's when I fall back on what I built family-wise with my wife. Maybe they'll talk to my wife. You know, what they can't communicate with me, they'll communicate with her, and then she'll come through the back door and communicate with me, and then I'll know a way to kind of slide that in there to talk to them, play that game. But it is sometimes hurtful, bro. Like everything that you invested to have open conversations and them to, you know, embrace their feelings. And now we're here and I'm not getting that 100% from you guys.
Feel not trusted.
Right? I feel like I'm on the outside. But no, it's just like the self-talk that we have to ourselves. You know, like sometimes you're just in a space and me giving them the tools and pouring into them growing up, I'm very comfortable knowing that they're going to utilize those tools, but I want to be part of you utilizing those tools, man. I'm still daddy. Like, so that's my struggle right now in my home is that the communication. Everyone sees from the outside, you know, when they meet up with us at family events or if we're going somewhere to, you know, spend time with friends, they think, you know, we got it together. We have great communication. And that's not the case sometimes, bro. Sometimes it's just like struggle. But I trust the process. I trust in what me and my wife has built. And I use the tools that I know and I hope for the best.
But you know what? You could have, maybe things are okay, right? Maybe when they say there's nothing to talk about right now, because you've also taught them to not be impulsive, to not react out of emotion.
Yeah.
Maybe they're, you know, I know because the way that I am, my girls say, do we need to talk about something? I said, no, like I'm okay. I'm not okay, but I need to process.
Yes.
I need to, okay, is this a big deal? Why am I upset? What did I do? What am I feeling guilty about? Or what am I feeling shameful about? Or
What did I do for this? What did I do to not be let into that inner voice or your situation you're dealing with right now? Why don't you want to communicate with me? So, am I doing something wrong? Am I letting out a vibe where I'm standoffish? So I start reflecting on me. It's like, yo, am I being an asshole? Like, what am I doing that my daughters want to talk to me about real shit? Like, I know like you're in school, you're studying, everything's going on, but you're not giving out that energy that I'm used to. So I guess I'm being a little bit selfish, right? You're supposed to be upbeat. When I come home, it's supposed to be like, hey, daddy's home. Nah, 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 nah. I'm not getting that. So what's wrong? No, real life. Everyone goes through it, man.
And they're just in their head, they're processing, right? And I think that's why this conversation and especially kind of the next part, what I want to go into is talking to our kids about their inner voice. Because if we don't, someone else will. Right. And shit, that was never a conversation for a 90s kid to learn about an inner voice. Oh, I'm this, I'm that, you're not this. You remember in grade 6 when you spit on someone? You're an idiot. You know what I mean? Like, I'm 36. Why did that just come in my head? You know? Like, I feel like I'm only, since maybe my late 20s, really started to learn about inner voice. That there is someone in my head that will punish me, speak poorly about myself. How do we talk to our kids? What's an age appropriate way to address it? I've seen, super heartwarming videos of, generally it's a dad talking to daughter or son about how upset they are. "Hey, I know you're upset. I know you're really mad at daddy because of the way that he spoke. Or I know that we can't act out like this. We can't," you know what I mean? I think we have to be very upfront at a young age appropriately about emotions.
Yeah.
I think that's what helps stop that inner voice. Shit, like we said at the beginning of this conversation, making sure that you communicate. Don't just let that be an inner voice. I have a thought about how miserable I was this morning until after I talked to you guys, right? Once I got it out there, oh shit, it's off my shoulders now. I don't have to just sit in my head about like, God, I don't want to be here. I'm just so fucking tired. I said it out loud. You guys were like, same. All right, let's all move on.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So what are some age appropriate ways? I got a 7-month-old. I don't know when I'm supposed to address it with him. How do we talk to our kids about that inner voice?
I really feel it's not about like an age. I think it's about the vibe for you. If you're vibing that, okay, they could be a year, 2 years, 14, 22. If you're getting that vibe, that inner feeling that you need to use your words with your child, your young adult, your teenager, go off of that gut feeling. There's no age. It's feelings. It's emotions. It's a situation that you're in. You're dealing with right there. Face it head on. Don't try to avoid it. I really don't think it's an age thing. It's a situational thing. It's a vibe. It's an intuition.
Do you feel like, here's where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
There's a video. I'm going to play the video. I don't know if we'll cut the video over the podcast.
Yeah.
But I'm going to play this into it. I'll try not to get emotional because it always fucking hits me. But it's about how we influence the inner voice of our child. And I'm going to go off of this after in a more positive way. But I want to play this real quick. So if we just have a listen.
I'm gonna read something to you real quick. Ain't a lot. Man, I ain't trying to crap. Just say, quit generational curses. Quit yelling at your kids before they go to bed and expect them to sleep well. Quit yelling at your kids in the morning right after they wake up for school and expect them to have a good day. You set the tone for your children. You set the tone for your voice. They will always remember in their heads. You become the inner voice. Don't be the inner critic. Speak life, speak love, speak bravery, kindness and hope, speak wisdom and truth. Most of all, listen to your children.
That makes me emotional.
Big
every
dog.
time.
I feel you on that.
Every time. But I think that comes from modeling self-talk out loud.
Yep.
So when you guys show up at home and you say, fuck, man, I'm tired today, but I gave my all, everything that I could. It sucked today. And we just model that inner voice out loud to our children so that maybe we influence a voice that says, shit, I'm not going to the gym lately, but I am showing up from a kid. And he doesn't know that I don't run at 5 a.m. He doesn't care, right? As long as I can get down and play with that boy, he's happy. So I think that video for me, positive or negative, I think that we have a lot of influence on who's in our heads now as an adult. I'm not saying my mom put this in my head, but I think, the lack of addressing that inner child and speaking things out loud forces you to bottle those things up. Yeah. Right?
And when you don't have someone to talk to about that type of stuff, you only have yourself to talk to, and that inner voice could go anyway.
That's fair.
So depending on, so what I'm hearing is that your inner voice is built moment by moment by moment as you grow.
Yeah.
And depending on how those moments are handled will depend on how you internally talk to yourself about a situation.
If you don't have someone helping you talk through negative and positive thought processes, then you start to learn. And as a mature mind, you learn in whatever way you can, whether you're replicating through movies and cartoons or friends. And as a kid, you're just cobbling things together, right? So you put together this coping mechanism that kind of makes you feel good, but ultimately is it the healthy way to do it? Yeah. For me, I know I played video games. I did mass avoidance. I had problems at school. I went home and I played video games for 13 hours. Didn't have to, I could go on and get wins in a video game. Yeah. Right. I could stack up wins and feel good about myself and build up a community on there. And I don't have to address the real world. Yeah. That's how my inner voice told me to handle things. So I think it's important for us to help our kids learn that being critical of yourself is okay. It doesn't mean that you're broken. Yeah. Just because you're in your head saying, I'm messing up again. I'm letting my dad down. Oh shit. I didn't tell him that I messed up at school. And he seemed upset about that. I'm letting him down even more. I messed up at school. I didn't want to tell him about it. And then because I didn't tell him about it, I also hurt his feelings. Now I'm double in my head about how I'm letting my dad down. So I think it's important that we help them know, like, you're going to have an inner voice. Yeah. It's going to suck sometimes. Let it. That's okay. That's not who you are though. Right?
Yeah. I'm trying to, at this coaching stage, right? I don't want to see the kids have a negative inner voice.
You're not trying to pass down that generational curse of how you speak to yourself to your children.
Yeah, that. But it's a hard thing to teach as well. It's not something you can be like, this is what worked for me, because they're not you. So it's an interesting game.
It's going to happen, right? So I think what's important for you is mirroring where you are now, right? Like a thought here is, what would your child's inner voice sound like if they mirrored you? Would you want your kid to have your mind right now? Like how you treat yourself. I think you need to mirror that to your kid. You've gone through it. So it's not about, I don't want them to have it. It's, I've gone through this. Let me coach you into, I have been in the depths of my mind, the meanest person of myself, or anyone I've ever talked to. Let me show you how to not get there. Let me show you, if you do get there, how do you come out of that?
And I like that because it's like, you're not being selfish with just the positive side to it. We're showing him the dark side too. Like, this is what it is. I've been there before. This is the darkness that I've been through, but you see what I'm implementing now in a positive way. So it comes with the dark side, but the dark side's the lesson, and the lesson is going to help you improve better. So don't be selfish on just trying to give them the positive part, how to deal with that situation. Go through that whole thing if you can relate to it, right? Show them both aspects, the lows, but it's okay when you're low, because there's always a light at the end of the tunnel. So even though you're here, the self-talk is so critical, that is normal and that is okay. And speak those little breadcrumbs out to them when you can. You're not going to have all the answers, and you're not going to have the right thing to say every single time. But when you can, leave those little breadcrumbs. Be real with the whole situation. Show them the dark side, but also motivate them to know that the light is there. It's going to come. Daddy's been through it. You see it in daddy. I'm trying to do better through the activities that I'm doing and everything. I'm battling that darkness with positive things, but you can't forget that darkness because you might be there again. And through you acknowledging that darkness will help you for the next time it comes up.
And I think speak open about where you were at. You've said it in a few times in this podcast. You're like, before I didn't feel good. Why didn't you feel good? What were you doing? It was like sitting around, not doing much, drinking, fucking around, being a clown. Now you feel great. What are you doing? I'm eating pretty good. I've got an amazing partner. I'm going to the gym. I'm like, I found a passion. Like you've given yourself this purpose, and what you said is you're in a place mentally where you haven't been in years, right? And more recently, emulate that. It's not always going to work. You're not always going to be like, hey buddy, you got to start working out. Demonstrate that. Shit, dad always goes to the gym, and he's in such a good mood. He's so fun to be around after. I want to do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, we were sitting watching TV. Oh, okay. So I've been trying to push like, hey, you guys want to sign up for an activity or a team or do this, come in the gym with me. None of it's really hitting. Then me and my daughter are watching TV. I turn around and my son's got my shin pads and the boxing gloves on. He's like, come on, let's. And so we did a little, I held the pads for him, showed him
Love that, man.
some boxing stuff, and that was awesome. And
He went and did that.
he went and did that. I turn around, he's wearing like new shin guards. Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice. That's cool.
Expected.
So, yeah. So my words aren't as powerful as they were, but maybe, a year's worth of actions is more powerful than
This is influential, right? And like you're demonstrating through, like it's what I'm learning is it's not a lot about what you say, it's what you're doing, right?
Oh yeah.
There are times now that you're in that coaching phase when you see your son feeling down, maybe he's in his head. What did you need? Right? Did you just need someone to sit beside you? That's it? If someone asks me repeatedly, how are you doing? I know something's off. What's going on? It pushes me further and further and further away. Something that was like the most impactful is my mom would just text me, hey, how you doing? Every morning, without fail, for years. Hey, kiddo, how you doing? Good. One morning, good, but
Right?
this. So just knowing that she was always there were days where I wasn't good, where I was going through it, but I wasn't ready to talk about it until I was, and she was always there.
The consistency of her checking in.
Always there. So as long as you're always there, or whatever you felt you needed, did you need your parent always there? Did you want them always bothering you, saying, I know something's wrong. Shit, I'm not hiding this well enough. That's what you're teaching them. Not to, I need to open up. You're saying, fuck, I got to mask my emotions I got to really protect this because I'm showing it too much. I know for myself, if someone's like, you seem off. Okay. I gotta be more stoic. I can't show those emotions anymore. Okay. So when I'm not good, let's make sure you look good. I got to pretend to be happy too. Okay. So you just learn these negative coping, but what did you need as a kid when your negative voice was there? That's what I would try to emulate with that's what I want to try and emulate with my kid is more so above what did I need? Because I know he's going to be very similar to me, very similar to my girl. Just having someone show up for us is most important. So as we close out this podcast, that inner voice, it's not always telling the truth. You're not failing. You're growing. That version of yourself, your kids need to see. They need to see someone addressing their inner voice. You have to speak that out loud. I think it's super important. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram and Threads at the Dad Edit Podcast, on X at the Dad Edit, and TikTok at the.dadedit.podca. Don't forget to hit that follow, subscribe, interact with any of the content we put out there. It is helpful for us. Liking, leaving a comment, engaging with it, sharing it, helps us out tremendously. Again, I appreciate you guys joining us for the Dad Edit Podcast. If this episode helped you, just take a breath, feel seen, share it with another daddy you feel needs it.
And we will see you next time.